This is something different, and it's something that's been new, that's been brought to the table. When you see what I do, a lot of people, they go, when I explain to them what I'm doing, they go, oh, like the guys from New York City or the guys from Las Vegas Strip. Kind of. I'm doing more Bob Ross up on the canvas with that style from Las Vegas and New York City, and I'm intertwining them with other people I learned from through social media. The spray paint, it's really hard to explain. It gives a different pigment, a different look to it. You can really identify it from airbrush. Mm-hmm. Airbrush has a very beautiful soft feel to it, where this is kind of more, it's a little rougher on the edge, but you see the softness, so it's like more announced.
When you're creating paintings collaboratively, whether the two of you together, because some of these paintings are collaborative paintings with the two of you, or with Alex, how do you decide on a subject? Half
of our paintings came off one of us starting it, and then I'm going to say it like this, probably throwing a tantrum because it wasn't coming out the way we did. Then the other one picked it up and continued off it. And then next thing you know, we're making paintings because, you look at things differently. So either she had an idea going or I had it. Mostly it's me throwing the tantrums, but,
I don't throw tantrums.
No, she picks up and she goes with it and she brings out beautiful, beautiful art pieces. But there is times too where we sit there and we talk about what to do. And I think the biggest conversation we had with the biggest piece was Johnny Cash. Some things, they're not talked, they're just seen with us. Like, we don't have to talk. It's like flowing like water, we just move off each other and we just create things together because we just see it. So what's it gonna do? The best part of the whole journey is people think we know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. That's what makes it fun for us. It's like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Yeah. And then we come up with this stuff and like, oh, you wanna do another one? It's because it's neat, because it's her ideas, what she brings to the table is what I bring to the table. When I work with Alex Peck is what he brings to the table. It's sometimes that can be a hard thing or it can be a beautiful thing, depends on who you're working with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Johnny piece was the piece we collaborated the most on. It's difficult sometimes, especially for husband and wife who works together and has to find that balance. Balance is key. Who does what? So that piece, we had to do that part of it. We had to figure out who did what. We had to figure out what he was best at. Like, his skies are just absolutely phenomenal. Can I paint a beautiful sky? Sure, I absolutely can. But I don't paint a sky like he does. And if I ever had to pick and choose, I'd hand a sky over to him any day because he's so phenomenal at it. And he did some other stuff in there, and he set it aside. He let me do the building and the person because that's what I was good at. Mm-hmm. And then that's what I specialized in. And so we had to discuss that a little bit. And so that was the most collaboration. Most of the other pieces, he'll complete something with us at least, and then I'll just stare at it for a while. And I have no input on what he's doing. He does his thing. And that's what's so beautiful about it, because his thing is amazing. I think it's amazing. And then I'll stare at it for a while and I'll see something, and it works best. Like, he'll step back and let me just do what my vision is. And when we work like that, our pieces are just phenomenally beautiful because we each put our own unique creativity without trying to hinder the other person and say, no. Mm-hmm. When we work that way, when we just let each other do it, even if we have to collaborate a little bit, is the best.
Art saved my life, and it made me make better choices in life. And working with those kids, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that made me want to be the person I am today. When you paint for you. Don't care what someone else says. Who cares if it only gets 2 likes on Facebook? Don't let someone else define your beauty and your creativity and just demolish it because of what social media says.
When we teach class, but what I've noticed with people is they use the C word. I cannot. And I'm like, well, you can, but I don't ask you to come here and know that. I don't ask you to come to class to know that you can paint. I only ask you to come here and believe in yourself. Believe that you can learn. The rest will happen. And you just have to enjoy the process of it. It's never about the final product. Never. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. It's the journey in creating it, and the act of creation itself, and creating the beautiful art that is the art itself. The art itself comes in creation. The end result's just what it visibly shows to everybody, and it gets better and better and better.